Feliz Año Nuevo.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
I was right, was I? Good.
Perfect.
So welcome to Biggleswade United TV for the first time. Thanks for your time. So you've been at the club now for just over a year, having joined as Director of Football at the end of 2014. How would you sum up the club's 2015?
Wow, it's been an amazing year for so many reasons. You go in with the idea of, because you think you can help. You don't know exactly how, but I thought let's go in and see what happens. And a lot of questions, situations, problems came our way, and I think we kind of answered them properly so far. More good answers than bad answers. We got some things wrong, other things have gone right, but generally I see a progression in terms of expectation, of growing of the club, of growing of the first team. Of growing of the academy, the message is out there. I think people know what we are about, and that is absolutely crucial. And of course, we've trebled the budget, so everything that we need we can afford at the moment. We have a short-term plan, which is to continue to help the first team and the academy, but a long-term plan as well. Now we're going to have to raise a lot of money and a lot of interest to actually do what we want to do, to have a 3G pitch, to grow and to get a even better clubhouse, that kind of thing that would require time and commitment from the people that are involved. We've got a business department. We've got many more volunteers than we had. All is positive, and now the first team has clicked, and the first team at the moment is the engine, isn't it? Is the guys that are attracting the attention from sponsors, from fans. We increased the gate 75% since I first came in, so we got the results at the moment, which suggests that the things that are being done on the pitch and the training sessions, extra training sessions 3 times a week, all that is working. So as I'm saying, there's more positives than negatives, but we learned a lot from all the things that we didn't get right at first, and trying to put it right.
It's excellent. I mean, like you said, every box is ticked at the moment, which leads me on to off the field. The club has attracted some high-profile sponsors, as you said, Top 11 and Adidas heading the list. Is this a crucial part of the plan?
Absolutely, because we cannot do this on our own, and it's quite clear that if we want to attract good coaching, and don't forget that this is the basis of everything we're doing. So coaching will make the players better, will make the team better, will attract better players and so on. But to do that, we have to have sponsors that help us. Not just for the coaching, not just for the first team. Also, we want the best coaches available to us for the academy. And the academy next year is going to grow. It's still a little bit too early to explain to you how he's going to grow, but he's going to grow. And with that in mind, it has to also be based with the same idea that we have, that if we got good coaches, we'll develop players. So Adidas was a fantastic addition to the club. Top 11, it was just unbelievable, and the way that it came about, a tweet saying, "Stop talking to anybody, just listen to us." And now, of course, we have to say, okay, it's gone well. I hope you enjoying what we are doing. I hope you are with us along the way. But now we have to think about next year. So even though we are in January and the first team will have his plans for next week and for the next month and up to the summer, as a club, we are already thinking of next season to raise the same amount of money, to raise even more attention, because, as we say, we have plans.
It's good. You mentioned the academy. Now, any big club, as we know, the academy section is taking off because homegrown players create better wealth long-term for the club, etc. So how important is this academy idea at Biggleswade?
It's crucial. It's the future of the club. Is what we want to base ourselves on. We want a first team full of local boys. And we want the local boys to be the best players they can be, and hopefully to do as much as they can for our team. But if they end up being whatever, championship or whatever, it'd be a success for the club. So with that in mind, as I'm saying, I cannot give you too much details, but we're already putting in motion what will be the plan of the club for the next 3-4 years. And that involves more youth clubs, more coaches, more players, a lot of work that's going to be put on it, but we've started.
I mean, that leads me on to, you described once a revolution taking place at this level of football, unquote. Is this what you mean by the academy?
I do see that something is happening, and it's not just down to Salford City or Biggleswade United. You see around that a lot of coaches that we spoke to after games, they say, we don't believe anymore in the kind of long ball football as the only alternative, because you can play that way. But they say, we want teams to play, and to do so you have to coach them, and to do so you have to change the way of thinking, and that's fine when it happens at the top level. But when it happens at this level, you wonder why, what's happening. And for me, it's because in a way people are demanding that. In a way, people are tired of the Premier League. They come down to here and say that this is enjoyable, that you can exchange views with the ones who are in the pitch, that you can be part of it as well if you want to volunteer, and all that, I think, is attracting more and more people. That's what I mean by revolution. But in our case, because we've got this clear idea that we want to improve players via coaching, it's just an automatic choice to actually have an academy that is good, that is good enough to do so.
I must ask you about a phrase that's been written and spoken about quite a bit, and that's the new methodology that's being brought to the club, which you've answered more or less. What exactly, in your opinion, is this new methodology?
We're basing the learning and the teaching on Spanish methodology. It's brought by Spanish coaches. Now, what that entitles really is understanding of the game and applying that to training sessions and to technique and to tactics. We can go into detail on it, but you probably will get bored, or we can do it another day. But in any case, that way of thinking differently, of doing things differently, is what we want to apply to the club. Now, we're not doing that because we think it's fashionable, or because we think we're Spanish and we want to do it that way. We think that that's the best way to win, and we think that's the best way to progress. And so far so good, because we've seen it's taken us 2 or 3 months. I remember talking to you at the beginning, and it was hard, but we got 7 consecutive defeats. I think I can say now that after the 7th defeat, I met Christian. Is he here? No, he's not here yet. And I said to him, you are renewed for next season. And he's like, why? He says, because I completely, absolutely, fully believe in what you're doing, and the results will come. It must have been by chance, but anyway, the results started coming, and now it's a really good run, which suggests that people are learning, and they are applying all what they're learning on the pitch, and more importantly, that they are enjoying themselves. So, put all that together, that is the methodology that we're trying to apply.
Well, to actually see that working so quickly, I think is quite amazing. And having watched their training sessions and their games, to see the passing movement that's been Christian's goal from the start, and to stick with him is brilliant.
Actually, I appreciate you saying that, because I know you go to training and you see the training sessions, which not everybody is able or can do, and to be seeing that progression, you have to go to the training sessions to understand why there is a progression. But I think it's quite clear.
Well, at this level of football, in all honesty and fairness, to actually be able to turn a group of players around, I would say, so quickly, to then go on the run that they've gone, and now they're a fearful side in this league, which is commendable, is excellent.
Yeah, and the good news, I've just seen somebody that I think it needs mentioning. You're talking about commitment, and we actually have got something that not all the teams in these divisions have, which is a very solid squad. Not many people leave, not many people go, and that is absolutely crucial, because if you want to teach, you want them to be there. AJ, for instance, is one of them that started in the under-23s. We realised that he had potential. After 2 months in the under-23s, he's moved to the first team, and now he's leaving. The game against Dunstable is his last game, and I just want to wish him as much luck as the world can give him, because he deserves it, and he actually doesn't really want to leave. It's a visa situation. He has to leave, but he's learned, he's progressed. He loves the atmosphere of the club, and that's what we want to give the players. We cannot ask them for much more than they're giving us, and they're giving us a lot of commitment. Without that, we're going nowhere. But as you said, in training, you see there's 25 players all the time, isn't
Yeah,
it? So
excellent.
that's not usual.
We interviewed AJ a couple of weeks ago with the dubious, was it his goal or was it an own goal? And yeah, he came over with such enthusiasm and actually said that progression from the beginning of the season to now, he's never experienced anything like it. So again, it's commendable to everyone involved. So finally, Guillem, as we look ahead to 2016, what New Year resolutions would you like to make for Biggleswade United?
I would love to continue the way we are, and I think we're all looking into the summer to see if we all still as committed as we are. From the club, we all are. From the players, we want them to be, because we are going to finish the highest we finished ever this season. I'm convinced. And from then, we have to build a platform to continue winning to the highest possible level. So next season will be fascinating, but this season we have to finish the highest we can be. That is the wish. Another wish is I hope I can convince people to join us. I'm not talking about players now, volunteers to help us grow, because without that, it's not going to happen. We just want people in Biggleswade to know more about us and to help us and to be part of this, because we are doing it for the community. We are doing it for ourselves because we love it as well, but for the community, for the kids. So I hope that they can join us and be part of this.
Great, thanks very much.
Okay.
Thank you.